Wow, thank you. Excuse me, my notes. Welcome to all here and online. Please silence your cell phones. Shara is with us today. Her talk is entitled Embodied Spirituality, Part 1. Subtitles is The Beautiful and Messy Wisdom of Sensation and Emotion. Sounds good to me. Our musical guest is Liao Sofer. Welcome back. Next Saturday is second installment of Soul Rave. If you didn't do that, it was a lot of fun. This is a holy experiment with Shara and Nick Young as musical accompaniment and Melanie Sears. Tickets are $15 in the bookstore in advance, it says. Erin and her team are still looking for host homes for the teens that will be visiting us through April 11th through the 13th. There's more information at the welcome table outside when we're out there. Please stand for the congregational song.
This is the day of miracles. This is the day of miracles. This is the day of miracles. Look all around you and see. This is the day of healing power. This is the day of healing power. This is the day of healing power. Look all around you and see. This is the day of joy and love. This is the day of joy and love. This is the day of joy and love. Look all around you and see.
Good morning. Welcome everyone to Unity of Tustin. I'm so grateful to be here today. I'll be your platform assistant and also your opening ceremony of lighting our sacred Christ consciousness candle and reading the daily word with you. And it truly is an honor to light this candle with you, knowing that we're all on a conscious spiritual journey together, remembering that Christ consciousness is within each of us. Let it burn. The daily word today is forgive. And the beautiful affirmative statement is, my soft heart expresses love as I forgive. Our biblical reference is from Luke 6:37. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. And from the daily word, holding on to hurt caused by someone's words or actions is harmful to mental, physical, and emotional health. If I stew over these negative feelings, it's likely I will feel worse. It's, yeah, been there. It's when I am willing to let go of these troubling emotions that healing begins. Forgiveness is healing. Realizing the slight may have been unintentional, or the one who hurt me may be unaware of my pain, I feel compassion. I let go by repeating the words, I forgive you, silently to myself which helps me speak these words aloud when I am able. If I have caused unintentional harm, I ask for forgiveness. Through divine love, I forgive and am forgiven. As I express this love, I mend feelings and open the way to peace and harmony. Now the affirmative statement, my soft heart expresses love as I forgive. Together, my soft heart expresses love as I forgive.
Thank you, Jim. And for that reminder, this is why we come on Sundays, not to stew in those negative thoughts. Remember what matters most. So happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday on this beautiful day. It's wonderful to be together as the embodied body of Christ, because that's what we are. That's what this Lenten season is. It is the time to remember that Jesus came to remind us that our bodies are part of the holy plan, that we are love incarnate. And we are very grateful to be doing a 2-part series with Lynn Wood, who is a somatic guru of sorts, is going to lead us in an extended meditation so we can really start to learn from that wisdom of the body. Forgiveness is a path forward, but we really can't move through anger and sadness without feeling it. And then we can release it. And when we know how to do that, it does move into love. So that is what we are practicing. That's part of Lent. That's part of the Easter miracle of how we can resurrect and transform everything into living love. So let's bring that into prayer. I invite everyone to take a few deep breaths and really feel yourself right here, right now. That this moment too is holy, that your beating heart is holy. That whatever you are stewing on is holy. And so is its release and transformation. And it's so much more nurturing to do that connected. To really feel into the roots under our feet that connect us all, the fabric, the weave from which we emerge. And we gather today, remember that we are not just souls on a journey, but embodied spirits, feeling, breathing, and experiencing life through these sacred vessels we call bodies. And in this Lenten season, we remember how Jesus, as love incarnate, took form, reminding us that our humanity, our embodiment, our emotions, our joy, our sorrow, even our anger, are all components of love, are all pathways to deeper wisdom, are all parts of the refracted light where only in its integrated togetherness shines as the bright white light of guidance, love, and clarity. And today we especially honor our prayer chaplains who embody the ministry of presence, love, and embodied compassionate listening. And through their hands and hearts and voices, they anchor the power of prayer in our community and embody how we can hold space for one another with our whole being interconnected at the roots, the living body of God. And I invite you to take in a deep breath of love and let that out. And with that, it is my honor to begin our 2025 Prayer Chaplain Dedication and Installation. Prayer chaplains, please rise. And before we get started, we're going to have everyone come here, get their rose and certificate from Mary Jean. We are all going to fit on this platform, and when we physically cannot do that anymore, we will then move here and go so everyone can come up on stage. And Before we begin, I also want to invite everyone who was a prayer chaplain in addition for 2024 and 2025. Would that prayer chaplain cohort please stand as well? Everyone right now, just past and present from last year and this year, we just want to recognize you and honor you for your service last year. And then those who are continuing with your prayer chaplaincy, please stay standing. Okay. So I will read out our wonderful list of prayer chaplains who have said yes once again to serve our community in 2025. Stephanie Aho. Kit Brown. Beautiful. Pam Dost. Blessings. And Pam Dost is new to 2025. Donna Evans. Is Donna here? Not here today. Jean Gardner. Not here today. Susan but we honor you both. Susan Gilmore, who is also one of our past prayer chaplain directors. Thank you for your loving prayer service with the chaplains and with our silent prayer team. Bonnie Goslan, who is our 2025 prayer chaplain director. We honor you and we love you and thank you for your leadership and service. Patty Higgins. Mary Lyons, who is also a new prayer chaplain for 2025. We bless you and we honor you. Thank you for saying yes to this service. Nicole Osborne, who started last year and is renewing her prayer chaplaincy. Jim Perry, who is also a past prayer chaplain director. Thank you for all of your love over the years. And John Claude Pinto, who is our last prayer chaplain director and who did such a beautiful job transitioning Bonnie into her new role. Thank you. Jack Ragland, welcome back. Blessings to you. Mayor Stevens. And blessing us for 2025, Steve Stokel. Welcome to the prayer chaplain ranks. If you haven't prayed with Steve, you're missing out. Nevin Valentine, who's not here today, we honor you. Pam Wheeler, God bless. Thank you for your beautiful prayer service. And Sarisha Rao. Is Sarisha here? Not today. We bless you and we thank you as well. Oh, look at this beautiful group of humans. There's going to be time for all that. We're just getting started. That's how much you're loved, though. Prayer chaplains. In the book of Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah is asked by God, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" And Isaiah responds, "Here I am, Lord. Here I am, send me." And in honor of your saying your yes to this "here I am," let us all rise and sing "Here I am, Lord" together. Unity of Tustin prayer chaplains. Heeding the call to being a prayer chaplain means that you were first willing to participate in 11 hours of training that must be repeated annually, even if you've been doing this for 20 years. In addition, you've committed to demonstrate an active commitment to our church ministry principles and beliefs. Hold a spiritual space of possibility for others and yourself, knowing and trusting that God is in charge in all things. Prayer, both with yourself and with others. Lovingly listen. You've committed to having and demonstrating a genuine interest in the well-being of congregants and the other prayer chaplains. And you hold all that is shared in the strictest of confidence. You have agreed to put this commitment into action by serving at 2 Sundays services a month, maintain communication with the prayer chaplain trainer, Bonnie, and staff as needed on a regular basis, attend all meetings and annual training sessions, and be punctual and actively participate in all discussions and community calls. We got a little bit of rigor here. In the awareness of the activity of the Holy Spirit, which has led you to this moment of commitment, I invite you to your heart space, to your prayer space. And if your heart says yes, I ask that you respond with the words, I am, to these questions. Prayer chaplains, are you willing to accept this commitment and dedication? I am. Are you willing to remember to open a space for God and love no matter what? I am. Are you willing to do your best to stay prayed up? I am. Are you willing to support the other members of the prayer chaplain team? I am. Are you willing to practice self-care? I am. Blessed ones, you have said yes. I will create a space filled with compassion and love for anyone seeking it. I thank God for each and every one of you, for your time, your energy, your commitment, your yes, and your dedication. I thank you for the many, many visible and invisible ripples of blessings which will be the result of your loving, prayerful service. You are indeed an incredible gift to our ministry, our beloved community, Unity of Tustin. Congregation, please join us in blessing our prayer chaplains with our unity blessing. I'll go first. We love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. Together, we love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. Now go and pray. Yay! Thank you, Prayer Chaplains 2025. And now let us be blessed by the vocals of Leah Sofer and Carol Roman. Carol Roman to come later.
When you're feeling low and there's no one around, when it looks like it's over and life's got you down, hold on to me, neighbor, I'll be here if you need, 'cause a brighter day is coming, I truly believe. Everything is gonna be alright. Everything everything is gonna be alright. When you're feeling low and you can't see the light, everything is gonna be alright. My favorite part. La 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 la, la 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 la. That's how it goes. La 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 la, la 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 la. That's so pretty. Make it ugly for me. La 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 la, la 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 la. Little louder. La 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 la, la 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 la. See, I know it's hard. Things are moving so fast when it looks like it's over, 'cause nothing seems to last. Hold on to me, neighbor, I'll be here if you need, 'cause a brighter day is coming. I truly believe everything is gonna, yes, everything is gonna, yeah. When you're feeling low, when you can't see the light, everything is gonna be alright. Oh, la 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 la, la 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 la. Sing it out now, la 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 la, la 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 la. I want more, la 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 la. Oh, 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 la 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 la. Break it down now. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be okay. Unfortunately, I don't believe all of you quite yet, because you're singing the what. You're singing the what. So you gotta sing the why, right? Why are you saying these words? And the way that I like to feel convinced, sing it to someone, not just to me, not just to the wall. All right. So can you guys look to your left and say, everything's gonna be all. To your right, everything's gonna. To someone next to you, everything's gonna be alright. Everything a little louder now. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Whoa, everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. When you're feeling low and you can't see the light, everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna. One more. Everything is gonna be
Wow, in our internal family religious system, we brought out the hidden Pentecostals. Woo! I don't know if I felt that type of like reverb here ever before. You are a blessing. Thank you for embodying us. Absolutely. This is what we need. This is what moves things. This is what moves things. And, you know, there's so much spiritual lineage of a separation between the body and the soul and the spirit. And it's, you know, in our tradition, Eric Butterworth was famously saying, our divinity is not like a raisin in the bun, where like the bun is all corrupt, but there's this one little holy raisin in there that is us. No, it's every single cell, it's every single molecule, it's every part of creation that looks living or non-living. It is all part of the body of God, the body of love, and that is who we are, and that's who we've come here to be. So, amen. So this body has information from us. Sensation has information. Emotions, which are felt senses, have information. And for a lot of our spiritual traditions, we've kind of bypass that a little bit, or we repress it, or we don't consider it as important, but then we lose half of our holiness. So we are here in this Lenten season to reclaim that and to bring that forward and to embody our incarnation as the divine. And Lynn Wood has dedicated her life to this. So we're going to continue this next week, and then after Easter, Lynn's going to offer a class that we can really kind of like move into this part of our spirituality with a bit more intention, because it's all of it. It's all of it. And I was just at a collective presencing a group where it really is about seeing what's emerging from our weave, from our body, from our tapestry. And here we have a microcosm as the tapestry, as our community. And I have a story. I have a story about these weavers. I have a story about us. I have a story about the fabric of a community and how it stays the same and how it changes and how do we navigate that. So in a community, maybe not unlike our own, there lived many weavers who worked on a magnificent tapestry together, and for several generations, the tapestry had been created according to fairly predictable patterns handed down through time. Well, one day, a weaver noticed new threads appearing, colors and textures never seen before. Some of the weavers were concerned. They gathered to discuss this development. These are the patterns that have sustained us for generations. We don't know what these new patterns are, but others embraced them and said, look at how beautifully these new colors interact with the old ones. Perhaps the tapestry is evolving. Tensions grew. The community became divided until an elder called for silence. And then the elder invited everyone to back up, to gain some altitude, and to look from a distance. Notice how the pattern itself forms a spiral, the elder said gently. Those who came before us weren't giving us a fixed image to replicate forever. They were showing us a process of continuing unfolding. Every thread, traditional and new, carries within it something sacred. And the earliest patterns provide the foundation for the later ones. The newer sections, reaching towards what's emerging, wouldn't exist without the wisdom of the earlier ones. Our task isn't to judge which threads belong, but to discover how each one contributes and evolves our greater wholeness. So the community began to understand that the divine isn't found only in what remains the same. It's also in how we evolve together, right? It's how we integrate seemingly opposite views and how we weave a future that has room for all the colors, including the new ones coming online. So, how are we doing with that? Amen. How are we doing with that out in the world? Well, we talk about being a microcosm of the macrocosm, the beloved community. How can we do it here? Because guess what, folks? We have an emerging polarity in our community. We have a little bit of these tension of opposites. And it's kind of about our changing social norms. So some of you have told me that nothing potentially political or divisive should be talked about on Sunday, period. Others of you had said that not talking about something that might be politically or potentially divisive is divisive. that neutrality is a point of view. And some people feel included by that neutrality, and some people feel excluded by that neutrality. And I'm hearing from both of you. So what am I supposed to do? I mean, seriously, think about it. What would you do? What would you do? What should we do? What do we do with these new threads, these new colors that are kind of breaking up our old norms?
I think everything belongs.
You think everything belongs.
Amen.
Eh? Everything belongs. So we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to figure out how these polarities, tradition and evolution, the old and the new, the neutrality and the non-neutrality, the thesis and the antithesis and the Hegelian dialectic can merge a new synthesis, a new story, a new way forward, a new birth, because all of it is God. All of it is God. And maybe, just maybe, we can do that with a little bit of love and a little bit of harmony. And I don't know how. I really don't. So we're going to have at St. John's when I was in college, we used to call them guerrilla seminars. That was an unplanned pop-up seminar. So we're going to have a pop-up a salon after service at 1 to 2. And we're just going to talk from a focus point of view. In Unity, we say we do the next indicated thing. What's ours to do? Well, what's ours to create? What's ours to create? And I've been asking this question for a long time. And why am I talking about it today? Because when I asked the question, the answer I got was say as little as possible until life shows you what to do. That's what I was given. And I've been holding that space for a long time. And damn it. Life gave me a story. Life gave me a story. So many of you know that for some 25 years I've been a consultant for the Department of Justice Office for Victims of Crime. And taking on this position and kind of in my new life, I've given up most of my consulting, but I'm still part of the Technical Training Assistance Center. And I still co-facilitate an annual 10-week leadership institute for about 125 leaders who run organizations to support victims of crime, because it's a great program. It's a great lead. I learn a lot. I give a lot. I have a great co-trainer. I work with an amazing team. We've known each other for years. And it gives me money to go on vacation. It's a win for all, right? And this year, I'm halfway through the 2025 Leader Institute. But this year is different. This year, I was given a long list of words that not only need to be removed from all Department of Justice publications and websites, but that I, as a consultant, are forbidden to use. So the list includes words, right or wrong, that you may expect, like gender, or any word with gender in it, like gender-affirming care, trans, or any word with trans in it, like transgender. I can't say DEI. I can't say LGBTQ. So I can't tell people that there are LGBTQ people who might need different resources and to look for them. I can't teach like that anymore. I can't use the word pronouns. I can't use the word sexual orientation. Words that cannot appear in any materials or trainings and that I can't say that surprised me include words like culture, culturally competent, ethnic and ethnicity, diversity, disparity, identity, minority populations, and underserved communities. So, for example, in the Leadership Institute, we talk about how to reach underserved communities, marginalized communities, neighborhoods that don't have access to resources. We have to change all that because I can't use those words. So the problem, I guess, doesn't exist if you can't talk about it. But what really got my attention was that the Department of Justice and me as a consultant cannot say the words fair, fairness, equitable, holistic, integrate, integration, and inclusive or inclusiveness. One of our core values. So I am now forbidden to say or publish a word that is one of our core values at Unity of Tustin. And that is when I made the discernment for myself that life was telling me that this is a spiritual issue. And I don't know how to navigate it. But none of us do. It's new territory. But for me, not talking about it at all is no longer an option. But talking about things where we stay rooted to our loving, so we come from our place of wholeness and place of God, is something I'm a stand for. And also, we have a spiritual ministry team. There's good reasons for this. Because everyone can change their mind, and I respect how my colleagues approach it, but it doesn't really seem to be the approach of Reverend Blair and Craig, right? And it makes sense that being a little bit different, a little younger, a different gender, I might have a different perspective. Because all of the perspectives matter. That's the inclusiveness. That's the inclusiveness. And how do we work as a community to use our spiritual principle to help us respond with love to what might be distressing us in the outside world? How do we even talk about that? The way where we make no one wrong. Okay? So I would like to get a sense of where we are as a community through a brief show of hands. And this is not about right or wrong answers. It's truly about helping us understand our collective thinking. And remember, no one is smart enough to be 100% wrong. We all have a piece of the truth. So, how many of you, by a show of hands, feel our spiritual community should create more space to explore the connections between our spiritual values and broader social changes, even when those topics might intersect with what some might consider political? See a show of hands. Okay. I'm saying maybe that of those who raised their hand, maybe 70%. This is also a very valid point of view. And now, how many of you feel that our spiritual gathering should focus on universal spiritual principles and practices separate from topics that might feel politically charged? And how many of you feel that our spiritual gathering should focus on universal spiritual principles and practices separate from topics that might feel politically charged? Okay. So we have some hands raised, but maybe 5%. I actually thought it was going to be a little closer. Yes, Jack. Yes.
Because in some spiritual things, I think that we should just stick with spirituality. But as a general practice, I think we should include everything, how it relates to the general world.
Beautiful, beautiful. So that's what the salon's going to be, and that's a valid point of view. And I'm going to be taking notes. And what can we synthesize? What does this evolving tapestry want to look like? And how do we do it with love? How do we do it with love? How do we do it with integrity? How do we do it without making anyone wrong? How do we do it without being like, oh no, I don't want to go to church on Sunday and get my nervous system activated? You know, because we're here. We're here to show up in the fullness of who we are. But the separation isn't quite so easy to navigate because many people are suffering and they don't know what to do with their suffering. And generally, when you're suffering, you go to your spiritual community. So let's create a new story. Is that okay? Yes. Can we start this process and not know? We don't know. We don't know how to do it well. But we might be able to be an island of coherence who can do it with love and without creating war. And I think that would be great service to our collective. So, one of you told me once, I think especially when I'm talking about these things, but just in general, I'd like to hear more about Jesus. So, what would Jesus do, right? Okay? So, one thing I've learned, regardless of where you reside on any polarity or any spectrum, everyone quotes Jesus selectively. And they quote Jesus when it supports their position and conveniently forgets other parts. So while I did look for Big JC for some guidance on this, I understand it's an interpretation and there are other interpretations and other things to prioritize. But let's look at some patterns that Jesus brings forward. So Jesus confronted systems that excluded people. I think this is fairly consistent. From healing on the Sabbath to touching those deemed unclean to focusing on the Good Samaritan who was the outsider. Jesus consistently challenges religious and political authorities and prioritized human dignity over rigid adherence to rules that excluded. Jesus also sometimes selectively embodied anger as an appropriate response to injustice. The cleansing of the temple demonstrates this. However, this wasn't uncontrolled rage. This wasn't ranting. This wasn't mainlining righteousness so you feel good and someone else is wrong. This is truly a purposeful, values-driven action. It's for something. It's not against something. And we really need to know what we're for. If we do any kind of listening groups or study groups or anything on this, for me, what's really important is to have a creative part of it, where we create something, where we bring something forward, whether it's poetry, whether it's a point of view, whether it's a coherent talking point, just to bring something new forward from us to harness some of that energy. And Jesus created a third way beyond binaries. When presented with false choices designed to trap him politically, like the question about paying taxes to Caesar, Jesus consistently found ways to elevate the conversation to deeper spiritual principle. Give Caesar what's Caesar's, God what's God's. And to answer the question without going into choosing sides, because we don't choose sides. So when we find ourselves and we look at what would Jesus do, we don't know that Jesus would not take sides, but would rather expand the conversation to include what's being excluded, to include what's being overlooked. And I do think being as inclusive as possible is truly one of Jesus's main teachings. So I think he might say something like this. You might be concerned with which words are permitted, but I am concerned with what lives in your hearts. Remember that I did not come to uphold systems of exclusion, but to break them open so that all might know that they are beloved. Jesus might say, you might be concerned with which words are permitted, but I am concerned with what lives in your hearts. Remember that I did not come to uphold systems of exclusion. That means even the people you think have it wrong. God is in all of it. There's not a spot where God is not. Unity teaching. Remember that I did not come to uphold systems of exclusion, but to break them open so that all might know they are beloved. So we have a divine opportunity to do that here, to break open this emerging evolution and to find out how everyone in our community, everyone's wisdom, knows that they are part of the beloved, that they are part of the weave, that they are part of the tapestry. And this, as you know, is, my kind of focus in the spiritual ministry team. I'm a fifth principle gal. I'm like, it's not enough to know these principles, how do we live it? So we have an opportunity to live this collectively, not just as an idea, but as a reality. And next week, we're going to continue the conversation about how do we live it individually. How do we live it individually? And the Center for Action and Contemplation just had a beautiful workshop with Valerie Carr and Richard Rohr called What Do I Do With My Anger? So we're going to be exploring that next Sunday. What do we do with our anger? And that is embodiment. Part of it is feeling it. And that's what Lynn is going to be helping, guiding us with. So how does that all sound? Good. How are we doing? Okay. Yep. Do we love each other? Yeah. I love all of you. So it is my honor to bring up Lynn Wood, who's going to set up the meditation. And then we're going to have a beautiful song from Carol and Liav. Am I saying your name right? Liav, thank you. Carol and Liav. And then Lynn will lead us in an extended meditation. So get your bodies ready and soak up the deliciousness. Love you all. Love you.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to show you my notes. Okay, so when I was thinking about doing this and speaking with Shara, I just got out a pen and I just felt into it and just let the pen move until it wanted to stop. And then I just was thinking about what I wanted to bring, not actually knowing what Shara was going to talk about in specifics. So today I'm feeling, I have no plan that I wrote down what to do first, how to lead you and how to guide you. But after hearing Shara, I imagine there's a lot inside your bodies right now, a lot of feelings. And if you would check in to your heart, your belly right now, because if the conflict is outside, the conflict is also inside you and inside us, inside the community, inside the grocery store, it's inside us. So I'm going to lead you into this meditation. It's going to be a journey. And my intention is for you to have your own individual experience, not something I want to put into you. I want to guide you to explore the inner territory. It's going to take a while. I think I have about 15 minutes for this, but I just have a short time now.
Once you set it up, we're going to hear our song. Then we'll go.
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay, good.
I've got it down. You said I had 5 minutes. So I get it. Okay. All right. So I just want to say that I'm going to encourage some kind of movement, mostly in terms of increasing tension in a part of the body and then releasing it into move, but also to allow yourself to figure out for yourself which part of you is called to move. So we're going to start to explore intelligence in the body, the divinity that's within you to be your spiritual guru. So your body is your spiritual guru today. Maybe it has been in the past, but we're going to try and take that a little bit deeper. And so the movement, because we're so used to moving in a pedestrian way, I'm going to ask you to move very slowly so that you can really taste all the movement that comes through you, whether it's more tense or less tense. So we're just going to be exploring that. We'll move deeper into how emotions come through maybe in the next weeks and also in the class that I'm going to teach. So let's move to Liv's music. Liav. So sorry, I thought I had it down. Liav's music, I'm sure you get that a lot. I'm so sorry, but thank you for your gift for us.
Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of a night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? Reaching for the day we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels. We can build a city for all. We may not reach the ending, but we can start and slowly but truly mending, brick by brick and heart by heart. Now, maybe now we start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city for all. And when your trust is all but shattered, and when your faith is all but killed, you can give up bitter and battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city for all. A city for all. A city for all.
From this place where you are right now, I'm going to ask you to drop into your body. And I know that we're often asked to do this in meditation, but what does that mean? I want to suggest sensation first. What do you sense? Where are you drawn in your body? Is it down to your feet? Is it into your heart? Is it a muscle or a pain? Just begin to explore sensation and let yourself be guided by your inner guru, your body, to the places notice whether your sensations, your awareness of your sensations take you deep into the depths of your body, all the way to your bones. And you'll use some imagination for this, and that's absolutely necessary. And then you'll continue doing this throughout this time. And I'm going to direct you and then allow a lot of space after my instruction for you to explore. Bringing your attention to your breath right now, however it is. Notice where you feel your breath mostly in your body. Is it high up in your chest? Is it actually at your nose where the breath comes in, or your mouth? Can you imagine breathing in through your skin? Every cell on the surface of your skin, bringing breath all at once in through your skin into the depth of your body. Different ways to be in sensation and awareness. And we could spend the whole time with this, but this is really a taste. So now I'm inviting you to bring your awareness to your feet and the soles of your feet inside your shoes. And then beyond that, using your imagination to go down deeper into the ground with your roots. With your imaginary energy roots down deep, deep, deep into the ground. Down into Mother Earth. Every substance in your body is made from the same substance that's in the earth. The minerals, the water, consciousness. And as you go deeper down, you're going to find something that nurtures you way down in the earth. I'm going to ask you to stay just this side of sleep. Staying aware and awake. Bringing up the nurturing substance out of the center or deep layers of the earth. Is it water? Is it minerals? Is it dark? Is it light? Bringing the substance up through your body and let it circulate through your body. Where in your body does it want to go? to feel you, to heal what's there. And you might, from this place, start to feel an impulse to move as whatever starts to swirl in your body, the energy, the light, the substance that you brought up from the earth. And it might want to stream out through you, through your skin, through your muscles. Just allow that, and if there's even the tiniest bit of movement that wants to move through you. Is it an arm, or is it even just the fingers? Is it a clenching and a release? And again, I want to suggest that you move very slowly so that your body can take in every single micro movement. Again, your body is your guru. No deciding is necessary. Your body will tell you how to move. And whatever is flowing through you now, and your impulse, doesn't call your shoulders or your arm. Just find the very impulse, the very beginning of movement starts with attention. Attention that wants to be released, wants to move. Sensing is the first stage. Feeling is the second stage. Action is the third stage. Sensing, and this includes next feeling. And where's the feeling in your body? And then what is the movement that wants to come from that place? Deeper in, just this side of sleep. Everything, all the parts of you are attached to your spine as the center. Your organs hold feelings and emotions. Your heart, your liver, your gallbladder. Movement can come also from those places. And your breath is always there on the side. Just being aware of your breath. And again, in your connection and the nurturing, holding that the earth has for you in her hands. your skin, your muscles, your bones. Keep following your awareness into different parts of your body. Your body will lead you, trust it. Let your judgment go, your mind go. Listen to your soma. Your soma is the earth, is your soma, is God. Your imagination will come in as well. Just allow it. It's all part of the guru. Notice if whatever is happening inside you, whatever wants to move through you, if it wants to become more of itself. Allow yourself this permission to allow whatever's there to become more of itself, stronger, more of itself, more gentle, more loving. Even more confused, or all the feelings that are there, all are welcome. Your breath moves your body all the time. You can't help but move your body. So if there is no movement that you perceive, attend to your breath and notice how it moves you. Beautiful work. Beautiful presence in the room. And now you can start to bring a little more awareness of the room without losing any of your internal individual awareness. A movement, being aware of others next to you, in your row, behind you and in front of you. See if you can sense the feeling in the room, in the space, and even those of you outside in the chairs. Can you feel the room? And out there, more aware of the trees and the plants. And see where, if we start to slowly bring this meditation to a close, see if you can sense where your center is, if you would bring gradually everything that's in you, whatever's going on there, to bring it to center. Where does it want to land and center as a glowing light? sit there and inform you. And the next time you look inside, it might change, might be different, might be a whole different experience. So gradually noticing more. If you did go out of your body, to come all the way back into your bones and the ground, all the way into your center. And gradually opening your eyes just a little bit of light, a little at a time. And as you do this, if you can still keep that sense that you have inside, you don't need to go anywhere as you open your eyes and bring your awareness all the way back into the room, into the congregation of us. Your breath. And as your eyes come all the way open, again reminding you to keep your awareness 98% inside and just 2% outside. And if we can do that much, we'd be a lot better in the world right off. 98% inside, 2% outside. And then you can maybe look around a little bit, around the room if you're ready to do that yet. It's been so much of a pleasure to be with you this way. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Lynn, and Liav, and Carol, and Shara for guiding us through this together. I especially appreciate your guidance on being comfortable with all of the energies and emotions and within, accepting all of it. Thank you. And I'm grateful to be here now to welcome our new guests. I'd like to take a moment to welcome our new guests both in person and online. We are so grateful that you have joined us today. Here at Unity of Tustin, we do believe in one God, one heart, and many paths. Our mission is to transform lives and inspire people to make a positive difference in our world. We are a fully inclusive community of all walks of life, and we would like you to know that whatever your background, wherever you are on your spiritual path, we are glad that you are here to continue your journey with us. Our ushers are coming forward with flowers and welcome cards. For those who are here for their first or even their second time, if you're comfortable doing so, we invite you to raise your hand, please, so that we can recognize you and present you with these gifts. All right, then. Welcome back. Maybe we can bring someone next week. We invite everyone to join us after the service for food and fellowship around the hospitality table. And to also be sure to stop by our beautiful open door bookshop, reading room, welcome center. As always, we do have our Reiki practitioners wearing the green ribbons and our prayer chaplains wearing the white ribbons. All will be at the entrance of the meditation gardens, ready to offer prayer and healing support. And obviously, all prayers are confidential. We do love to pray with you, so feel free to come and ask us. In addition, if you want us to pray with you as a ministry, there are prayer request forms in the seat backs in front of you. They're also at the table at the entrances of the gardens, and you can leave your requests in the prayer box, where they will be lovingly held in prayer by our silent prayer ministry team. There is always so much happening here on our campus of consciousness. Please make sure to check your email each Friday for our weekly e-newsletter. And that reminds me to take a moment to welcome our friends online. Please include us in your weekly blessings and allow us to send you our weekly newsletter. Notify us and let us know that you're joining us online. We'd love to send you our weekly newsletter. And for those here, please visit the welcome table just outside the door for lots of information about the many upcoming classes, ongoing events, and opportunities to serve as part of our beloved Unity of Tustin team and community. Now let's take a moment for our love offering as we share our financial gifts in support of our ministry. The various electronic ways to give are here on the screen, and they're also listed on a card in the seat backs in front of you. We do also pass the offering bag to receive in-person donations. In whatever form you choose to give, we do invite you to briefly hold your hand over the offering bag as it passes by, taking a moment to connect with that spirit of giving that's inside you. We are grateful for your faith and your generosity. And Reverend Shara, will you share a blessing with us?
Thank you, Lynn, so much. It's a beautiful reminder that we don't have to figure it out or make it happen. The God is body and God is spirit knows how to direct us. And, just to leave you all with a bit of the complex paradox of it all and how God is in all of it. In our Leadership Institute, we had to more or less rewrite a module to be in compliance. And it was better than what we had. We were required to bring in new material, we had permission to rewrite, and it brought forward a new story, a new module, a new teaching, a new city for all, a new tapestry. So that's what we're doing here at Unity of Tustin, and that's what your tithes, your love offerings support. It supports us living this. And it takes a lot. Many people tithe 10% or give sustainably or stretch their financial contributions so we can participate consciously in these questions. And on behalf of all of us, I'm just grateful for our commitment to support places like this that can see God in all and bring forward a new story. So let us affirm our love offering blessing together. Divine love as we blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive in joy. God bless.
I have been asked to share just 30 seconds about me. First of all, thank you so much for welcoming me, and you guys are a beautiful community. I haven't been back for many years, but Carol Roman is a dear friend of my mother's, so this is a surrogate mom over here. And I will say very briefly that performing is not who I am. Making music for people is not who I am. I like to make music with. And that has informed lots of my life choices and projects. And my two main projects that have identified who I am have come in different ways, diving into my culture. I'm actually Jewish, and my Jewish heritage music has been manifesting in this project called Mostly Kosher. It's a fun, joyous ruckus of a band that takes old roots music of our folk heritage music and then combines it with indie rock. And we will be at April 6th at the Food and Wine Festival in Disneyland, and we've done Disney shows and Jewish Hanukkah shows there, and we tour as well. So that's a great project if you'd like to find out more. The second project, and I'll be brief, is my full day job, and that is I'm very excited to say many of you might now be kind of aware. Anybody here volunteer at Sunday Supper program at St. Paul's? So there is an organization that was founded 10 years ago. I'm honored to be one of the co-founders. It's called Urban Voices Project. And it's a nonprofit that started as a community choir in Skid Row with Skid Row artists and people experiencing homelessness. And then it developed, and now we actually are having our 10-year anniversary this year. And it has grown to a project that, beyond just a community choir, implements musical therapeutic workshops in spaces such as clinics, social centers, shelters, churches, and libraries to bring as much of these kinds of outlets for people that are going through incredibly hard times, because we believe in the powerful healing that music can bring. And we're so honored to say that we've just launched our first Orange County site outside of LA, and it's at the Sunday Supper program every other week in Tustin. Yes. Even though it's going to be in the downtown LA at the Colburn School, I'd like to invite you all to May 24th, our 10-year anniversary concert. And if it's too far for you, I understand. I live in Fullerton, I get the commute. But my point is that there are going to be these pamphlets at the welcome table on the way out that give you all the information about the nonprofit. It's a 501c3, and it always can use more support in different ways, even if you just want to tag onto the newsletter and see what's going on, or if you want to come and sing with us at Sunday Supper. So maybe I'll get to meet some of you afterwards. And this last song is from the Prince of Egypt, and it is Passover soon, so it felt like an interesting kind of nice little synchronicity to bring it to you all. It's called Through Heaven's Eyes. A single thread in a tapestry, though its color brightly shines, may never know its purpose in the pattern of the grand design. And the stone that sits at the very top of a mighty mountain's face, does it think it's more important than the stones that form the base? So how can you see what your life is worth, or where your value lies? You can never see through the eyes of souls. You must look at your life through heaven's eyes. A lake of gold in a desert sand is less than a cool fresh spring, and to one lost sheep a shepherd boy is greater than the richest king. If a soul that loses all they own, have they truly lost their worth? Or is it the beginning of a new and brighter birth? So how do you measure the worth of souls in wealth or strength or size, in how much they've gained or how much they gave? The answer will come to those who try to look at their life through heaven's eyes. And that's why we share all we have with you, though there's little to be found. When all you've got is nothing, there's a lot to go around. No life can escape being blown about through winds of change or chance. And though you never know all the steps, you must learn to join the dance. You must learn to join the dance. You can put your hands together if you want. La 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 la. So how do you judge what a soul is worth? By what they build or buy? You can never see with the eyes on earth. Look through heaven's eyes. Look at your life. Look at your life. Look at your life through heaven's eyes.
Liav and Carol, thank you so much. Let's take that beautiful shared energy and let's energize our prayer for protection this morning. The light of God does surround us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God watches, protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go forth and live it. And please take a moment to join Shara at 1 o'clock for her salon. I know it's going to be beautiful. Have a wonderful day. Blessings to you.